Hey guys, Gabriel here, and you guys have asked for it, so I'm here to deliver. Top 10 hottest video game characters. Let's go. Number 10, we have... Uh-oh. What was that? Oh crap. I forgot to mention. My house is actually located on an Airbus 3300-800, and it looks like an engine's gone out, and we're going down. I crashed. I don't really know where I'm at. I appear to be stranded somewhere, and there doesn't seem to be any sign of help coming anytime soon. So I guess we better start learning how to survive out here. Speaking of surviving, there's a game I've been playing recently called The Forest. And based upon the title, I'm sure you can guess what it's about. Well, this is my video, my rules, so I'm going to tell you about it anyways. The Forest is a survival horror game developed back in 2014. We play as the character Eric LeBlanc, a survival show host from Canada. And we are on a plane with our son, Timmy. Everything seems to be going smoothly until... Uh-oh. We wake up and see this strange person covered in red paint kidnap our son, and then we black out again. Once we awake, we take the hatchet out of the dead lady, and this is where we begin our big journey to find our lost son. However, if you haven't noticed yet, we are stuck here in the middle of nowhere on a very heavily forested island filled with unknown predators and creatures, all alone with no help in sight. How are we supposed to find our son in a place we don't even know? That would take days, maybe even weeks to find him. Not to mention, we'd probably perish before we even find him of dehydration, starvation, pneumonia, or worse. We need to survive. Man, if only we had a survival book to help us in this time of need. Oh yeah, luckily we took our son's book right before the plane crashed. With this survival guide, we will be able to, well, survive. The guide shows us available structures we can make, like shelters and fires, as well as the resources needed to make them. And check this out, a step-by-step list on how to survive. Cool! Step 1, shelter. Looks easy enough. Get some sticks, gather some rocks, cut down a few trees, and done. Got ourselves a shelter. I like it. Step 2, build a fire. It's a good thing I gathered some extra sticks. Boom, fire has been made. What's the next step? Step 3, foraging. Alright, let's go explore the wild and see what kind of plants and animals are here. There are so many different animals that inhabit this island. Birds, rabbits, lizards, crocodiles. Oh gosh, they're evil, look out! Oh, it's gonna eat me! Steve Irwin, help me! Survival is a significant part of this game, for players must navigate a dense forest, scavenge for resources, and build shelters from the threats that lie in this unknown territory. The game does an excellent job in emphasizing realism with its dynamic weather patterns, a day-night cycle, and the need for sustenance and rest. With the different resources you find throughout the forest, in your inventory you can actually craft different items. This crafting system allows for the creation of different tools and weapons like pouches, spears, and much more. While initially the worst case scenario when stranded on an island is the fact that you are all alone with nothing and no one to comfort you. There's no sense of safety or security. However, I can assure you loneliness is the least of your problems on this island. Different ambient sounds are normal to hear in a forest. The sounds of different animals, rustling leaves, as well as the wind through the trees. With these sounds, as well as the lack of sounds you would hear, say, in a city, the feeling of being alone and stranded on a mysterious island is reinforced. However, it is really unsettling whenever you are exploring the island and you hear something like this. The sounds of eerie whispers, unintelligible murmurs, and screams can be heard deep within the forest. An island in which we originally thought we were alone doesn't appear to be the case anymore. Hey look, there's a camp over there. Maybe we can find someone who can help us. What the? That doesn't seem right. Excuse me, sir, are you okay? You seem to be missing your head. Oh, never mind, I think I found it. There appears to be camps here that belong to previous survivors who were on the island before you, but are now abandoned. You can usually find different resources as well as different collectibles that add to the story. However, the camp we just saw was not one of those camps. You will also find the camps of the hostile creatures that inhabit the island, the cannibals. Throughout the game, these cannibals are going to be a constant threat towards the player. These terrifying, unpredictable humanoid creatures exhibit both animalistic and human behaviors. At first, they aren't that bad. They stand at a distance and watch you as you go about your business. Just don't disturb their territory. Otherwise, they become quite aggressive and will try to kill you. There are many different caves that you will come across in this game. It is important to roam through these dark, small, claustrophobic passages, for you'll uncover clues, artifacts, and documents that help you to understand the story as well as the history behind this mysterious island. Just be careful when roaming through the caves, for there are these pale cannibals that are more aggressive and faster than the cannibals found at the surface. After about 5 days in the game, these cannibals will actually start appearing on the surface. If you have ever seen the 2005 movie The Descent, the creatures in that movie are very similar to the ones found in this game. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the developers of The Forest was inspired by that movie.
Well, great. There's cannibals on the surface, cannibals in the cave, and still no sign of Timmy. Well, at least it can't get any worse. Oh, mama.
Yeah, so cannibals are not the only issue in this game, for the caves are infested with creepy mutants, and these things look like they came straight from the depths of hell. You have creatures such as the Armsies, the Virginias, the Cowmen, and these creepy jumping baby things. These mutants are extremely tough and fast. If you dare to fight them, you're gonna need something a lot stronger than that flimsy axe. Luckily, throughout the cave you can find new weapons and items such as a modern axe, a chainsaw, and even a katana. And with the whole crafting system, you are able to make armor to better help you go against these creatures. If you burn the bodies of the cannibals you've killed, you can collect the bones, and with the bones and some cloth, you can make some pretty sick bone armor. Now we can take care of these guys no problem. Oops. I think I might have underestimated them. Just a little.
Alrighty, I know it's confusing. Mutants, cannibals, red guys. What is going on here?
As previously mentioned, throughout the caves you will find different items and documents that uncover the history of the island. For example, you will find these different tapes, as well as a camcorder that you can watch these tapes on. The tapes appear to focus around this young girl named Megan. We see her arrive on the island as well as go to lunch in what appears to be in the cafeteria of some strange research facility. The third tape, we see this large contraption that they call the artifact. The next tape, we see the side effects, in which we can only assume it has something to do with this artifact. Isn't quite stated though. Next, we can see the scientist's failure to contain one of the Armsy mutants as it breaks out of itself. It goes on a rampage and begins killing all the people in the room, presumably killing Megan as well. The last tape, we see what they call the second artifact, as it glows bright blue and spins round and round. Eventually we hear what sounds like some sort of laser shot, and then everything goes black.
The story's confusing. I thought it was gonna be as simple as some cannibals wanting to eat Timmy and we have to go and save him. But now we have these strange tapes showing research labs as well as these artifacts. Thus, I must restate the question, what is going on here?
Sahara Therapeutics, a medical company, was working on a project titled Jarius, which focused on increasing the lifespan of children. The study involved learning more about the mutations found in the different mutants on the island. Study found that the mutation caused an increase in lifespan. The project was run by Dr. Matthew Cross. He is also the red man we saw at the beginning of the game who kidnapped Timmy. And he just so happens to also be the father of Megan, the girl on the tapes. After the Armsy killed his daughter, he used the artifact, which we learn is called the Resurrection Obelisk, to revive his daughter back to life. And after doing so, Matthew was fired from Sahara for the misuse of company equipment.
Okay, so we're starting to understand the story a little bit better now. The island is inhabited by some creepy mutants that a strange research company wants to use for their little science experiment. Weird flex, but okay. Huh. You know, we're starting to understand the story, but I feel like we're missing something. Timmy!
At the end of the game, you will find a strange door with an ID scanner on it. It is pretty weird to find something this technologic deep within a cave. Using the ID scanner we got from somewhere, probably one of the caves, I don't quite remember, we gain access to the Sahara lab. We go through the lab, eventually coming across the body of Matthew, and it looks like the color crew got to him. We find the Resurrection Obelisk, and inside it... What? No, Timmy! No, he was so young. How could they do this to you, Timmy? Oh, Timmy, no! Oh, Timmy, no! Oh, no, Timmy, what would they do to Timmy? No, it's not that to do. So, Timmy appears to be dead. Bummer. But wait, this is the Resurrection Obelisk. Resurrection as in bring back to life. Maybe, just maybe we can figure out a way to get Timmy back. Bring him back from the dead. The machine requires a sacrifice, and looky here, a trail of bloody footprints. Follow the prints down the hall a bit, and eventually you'll find a huge empty room, and at the center, there's a little girl. Yeah, that doesn't wave any red flags at all. Oh, she's not good, she evil. Look, red flags, red on her mouth. Oh, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good. This is Megan, and I'm starting to think that the Resurrection Obelisk has a bit of an issue to it. I mean, she went from this to this. But I guess she is alive technically, so good job, Sahara. You did it. Megan becomes a giant spider mutant creature, and this is the final / only boss in the entire game. This fight is pretty tough. I just threw a bunch of Molotovs at her and charged her with a chainsaw until eventually I defeated her. You take her to the Resurrection Obelisk and... Wait, what? Oh, what's wrong now? Oh man, I did all that for nothing? So it turns out that the sacrifice needs to be living in order to make the Resurrection Obelisk work, and Megan is not. But she did drop the special key card, so we use the key card to gain access to the second artifact path. Once we come to the room, we see the giant artifact up on the ceiling, and at the end of the room, there's a computer that has a located plane on it. But over to the right on the floor, we see a computer with an emergency shutdown button. So now we have to make a difficult decision. Do we shut down the artifact, facing the fact that our son is dead and we are stuck on this island forever? Or do we use the artifact to crash a plane, such as Matthew did, killing many innocent people and kidnap a child to sacrifice and bring back our son?
It's definitely a hard choice, but I think we all know what the right one is.
So a year passes and we appear to be on a late night show with our son. However, he seems a bit off. The host tries to make us live out the nightmare that we just went through, but we are interrupted by Timmy tweaking on the floor. Wow, it's like Eric didn't learn a thing when he saw Megan go through the same crap. We then see Timmy as a grown adult and he appears to be researching another island labeled Site 2. Gee, I wonder why they would have Timmy doing research on another island. Is Timmy going to go to that island to try and find a cure for his mutation? Probably, who knows? And with that, that is the end of The Forest.
The Forest has to be one of my favorite games of all time. While it may seem like just another survival game at first, the game pioneered the genre years ago and still stands out to this day. The game delivers an unforgettable experience with its compelling story, its horrifying creatures, and its strange, dark, and mysterious island. Yeah, I may have stolen that from Mr. Ballin. Please don't sue me. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I should probably try to find shelter before it gets dark, so until next time, see ya.
So young Sir Gabriel wandered. He continued to wander for many days. He could not conquer the land before him. It conquered him every time. And he would lay crying in the forest forever.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry for the different audio sounds. I had to record in different houses and in different rooms because I was doing stuff. I am so sorry about that. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. If you want to see me talk about a certain game, please comment it down below. Go check out my brother's YouTube channel, Natoid. He is playing every Sonic game and talking about them. It's pretty funny. Alright, that is it for me. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.